Hi, my name is Yung-Sung. I'm a fourth-year PhD student at MIT CSAIL, and I work with Dr. James Glass in the Spoken Language Systems group. We all know that ChatGPT can sometimes generate fake contents that didn't exist. So the goal of my research is to mitigate these hallucinations, or at least detect these hallucinations and let the users know if we can trust the model. One of the recent projects we have been working on is called DoLa, in which we studied how these language models store the facts in the parameters of the transformer layers. So DoLa contrasts the information encoded in different transformer layers and enhance the impact of the factual knowledge stored in the later layers of the language model, so that during the decoding process, the model will prioritize the factual knowledge and reduce the generation of incorrect facts. More recently, we have another project looking at the problem of contextual hallucination. Contextual hallucination means that the model ignores some part of the input context and generates something that is not based on the context. So it's a pretty frustrating issue for the users who want the model to summarize a document or want the model to generate answers to a given question exactly based on the documents. We proposed a simple method called Lookback Lens to detect and mitigate these contextual hallucinations. It calculates how much the model is looking back to the context we provided. And we found that this very simple measure is actually very useful for detecting this kind of contextual hallucinations. And we also empirically proved that the contextual hallucination is connected with the attention mechanism inside these large language models. So the loopback ratio specifically measures the ratio of attention weights between the context tokens and the newly generated tokens. And unlike other more general features like hidden states or attention block outputs, which contains more general and richer information inside the language model, the loopback ratio contains very limited information, specifically pinpoints when and how the language model is looking at the context. So along my research journey, the thing that drives my passion to do research is the curiosity. I want to explore the limits of these models and how these models can be further improved, how they can be made to process and understand human language more like humans do. And all these motivations keeps me driven to do more research in this field. I plan to continue my research journey either in academia or industry. I want to contribute more to the community and the development of large language models and build the more reliable AI systems in the future. So I want to explore what these models can achieve, how they can be improved, and how they can be made to process and understand human language more like humans do. If these large language models can become more factual, trustworthy, and hallucination-free, we can use these models in more important applications such as healthcare, legal, or education in the future. So my favorite thing about working at CSAIL is the people here. So whenever I have a research idea, although it's very initial, but I can always find many people have the expertise to discuss the ideas with. And I have to say that many of my projects will never have been done without talking to so many people here at CSAIL.